morning. Let me just get my coffee. Elmarie here from Worcester, Western Cape, South Africa. As you can see from the light, it is still quite early in the morning. I think it's around 8 o'clock. I thought I might as well just come and try and record again. This is my podcast about fibre and fibre related stuff. Welcome to anyone who's new, and thank you for all returning viewers. I've noticed I have over 100 subscribers now, which is great. Please leave a comment below once in a while. That would be awesome. I have so little subscribers that I can still respond to those comments. Anyway, today is the 30th of March, and as I said, it's still early in the morning. I've been trying to record for a while now, and somehow I record from my phone. My phone is standing on a tripod right in front of me, but I don't know, it's been just switching off in the middle of nowhere, and I don't know why. It keeps telling me my memory bank is full, but then I go and I remove all the stuff I've removed like all the apps I have, and I've removed so many things, but somewhere something is stored and I don't know where, and it really makes it very big. I suppose I just have to get one of those in memory cards. That will probably be better. Maybe I should just ask my husband to get me one today. He's in town. Anyway, if you hear my dogs bark, I live on a farm. They bark to the cattle. They bark to the horses. And apparently, both the horses and the cattle really enjoy being barked at, so they make a point of coming to visit. I have no control over that. Today, I will basically... where you will find me on the internet. You will find me as A Cup of Yarn, and on Facebook and Instagram. I am most active on Instagram. I share whatever I want to share from my Instagram account to my Facebook page. I am not active on Facebook itself. I do respond to messages. To respond to messages on my Facebook page though. So I am on Messenger, but I don't like Facebook very much. As I've said umpteen times, I don't like Facebook. So I am not on Facebook a lot. You will find me, my blog and my online shop is also linked below as A Cup of Yarn. That's where my online shop is. I have had a shop update of late that I'll tell you about a bit later. And then I try and keep my blog active at the moment. I'm probably going to use this video as a vlog post, so I'll see about that. Also, I realized that, and you will find me as Ella73 on Ravelry, and then there's a podcast group, My Yarn Runners, over on Ravelry for this podcast. I changed the name of the podcast and to be able to do the group on Ravelry, because there's already A Cup of Yarn group on Ravelry, so that's why I had to change the name. But it's really appropriate because my yarn does runneth over everything, and I am really blessed. So, okay, that's it for internet things. What am I going to talk about today? Well, I've got one FO. If you follow me on Instagram, you will know this is not a new FO at all. I wanted to record this before, but my FO was left at my mother's house in Gansbaai. So when my husband went there for work stuff, he picked it up again. But that's so typical me. But yeah, and I've got whips to talk about, and then spinning, and then after that I will talk about the shop, if my phone does not die on me somewhere along the line. Anyway, this is my FO, and the light is not appropriate enough to show anything here, but it is my FO. And these are very I don't know, subtle colors, I guess, soft colors, which is not really good for color work. You should have high contrast colors when it comes to color work, but this is what I had, and I wanted to knit this hat. So, it's my hat. I love the way it fits, and it's going to be worn a lot. I'm making myself another one soon, because I really love the pattern. It is a Caitlin Hunter pattern. The Daya hat, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I think it's the Daya hat. You can slouchy it if you want to. I'll put the link back for the pattern down below. It is a board pattern, so I'm not going to go into too many details. But I actually love the simplicity. I don't know if you can actually see. Yeah, it's like a diamond type. I have three. There's an extra color in there. It's actually not supposed to be have that extra color. I'm just on the fibre trip at the moment. If you live in South Africa, you'll know what fibres are. If you don't, fibres are it's a plant species that's typical in the Karoo, and it's indigenous to South Africa. It is the most amazing type of succulent you will find anywhere. They're amazing plants. They just survive everything. So, and I live in just outside of Worcester, which is a town that's sort of the middle point for both parts of the Karoo. The one is called the Little Karoo, and the other one is called the Big Karoo, and it literally splits up like this. So I'm towards the Little Karoo, and you can see the immediate change from Paul. When you come over the mountain, you come through Rawsonville, and you get to Worcester, you can see there's a change. Never mind. But yeah, it really is amazing. So anyway, that is my Daya hat. I used the yarn that I said I couldn't sell, get sold, which was a blend. This is my hand dyed, and it's a blend of alpaca and linen, and for some reason it just didn't sell. I think also it is a very expensive yarn. It is, and I didn't knit anything with it until because I only bought a small amount to test it to see if the base would work. And then when the base didn't work, I eventually decided, okay, well, I'm taking it for myself. Then I'll make my own stuff with it. Made the hat, started with a sweater, and then somebody bought the rest. I'm not complaining about the sale at all. Thank you for the sale. It's just I had to rip out my sweater. I suppose it's not the end of the world. My coffee. I need my coffee. It's very early in the morning still. So now I will show you my whips. And this is the whip. After having to pull out the sweater, I realized, but I still have a little bit of I still have some of the balls left that I have did the Daya with. And there were some of them that were really caked up, so I decided, okay, I'm not going to uncake them. And I started a line of shawl. And I'm a sucker for this pattern. It's just an asymmetrical shawl. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. If anybody feels that they need a tutorial for this, please just comment below and I'll do a tutorial. It's so quick and easy. If you are a beginner knitter and you want to learn how to knit a shawl, this would be really something I would recommend. You start there. And this is your decrease side. This is your increase side. And you can see it makes a beautiful little edge. Okay, wait. Let me just flip it this side. Maybe you can see the edge better there. Okay, that's better. Okay. So if anybody wants a tutorial, I think there are other tutorials out there already, lots of them actually, about the liner shawl. But if you want one in Afrikaans, or you just want one from a South African point of view, because sometimes we do speak English a bit differently. Not our grammar really, but our way of speaking is different than you would find somewhere else. So let me know. But this is how far I've come with it. The idea is to fade these colors together. So I've got the grey. Actually got another one of the grey. And I can't find the grey now. Oh my word, it's missing. I think the grey went on a slight holiday here. Okay, never mind. I think it's somewhere on the floor. That's the grey. Those are the other colors that are actually in the beanie. And I'm going to use this to finish the shawl. I've got two other colors that was part of the package that I might blend in here. I might. It's like a blue and almost like a coral color. I might. I haven't decided. Okie dokie. That's whip number 1. Lo and behold, there is more than one whip. Can you believe that? I need my caffeine fix this morning. Okay, it's in this bag. Oh, I don't want to show the bags all the time because it's just the same bags. And they're all my bags. No one else made them, I made them, so I actually have to make bags to put back into the shop. That's supposed to be under the accessory lots. Oh, and I wanted to show you guys the drop spindles that my husband's been making me. Just watch for the blog. The blog will show you. I'll put it on the blog when I do my next blog post. He's been very kind to me. But that's part of the spin section. Speaking of being kind, this is my husband's beanie. It is a pattern by Katie of the Cozy Up Knit podcast. She's one of the twins, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, spring something. I'll put the link down below for the pattern. This is how far I've come. I want to finish this one today. Isn't it interesting the way this yarn is working up? This was a colorway of mine that I only had one left, Katbos and Cambro. And I think I intentionally kept it out for myself because I really like the colorway. And also I made a scarf for my husband. That's really too small. I think I should dye up some more yarn and just add to that scarf anyway. So this is what it looks like so far. I like the ribbing. It's a 1x1 ribbing, and it works in the back loop. If you knit in the back loop, you pull and you knit, but you knit in the back loop, and I like the effect I'm getting. So yeah, I'm hoping to finish this one today. I'm supposed to tell you which needles I'm working on. With the liner shawl, working with my Chiago. Interchangeables, 3.75. Just to get back to this one quickly, if I do garter stitch, I usually work with a needle size smaller than the yarn requires. I am not a garter stitch fan when it comes to garments. When it comes to garments, the only place that I can honestly say that I really liked the garter stitch on a garment was with the Mood Sideways tank top, and also the Hot Sideways top that I did the test knit for Sally Knits. I'll put the pattern links down below. Those patterns are so worth buying. But that was sideways, so it gave it almost like a mocked effect. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. Anyway, not mocked. I'll get to that word later. Smocked. Gave it a smocked effect. Ooh, I need some more caffeine. Anyway, if I have to do garter, or I don't have to do garter, I can do stocking it, but I'm not really, I don't want to think. So that's a no thinking pattern. And if I just do garter, then I go at least one size smaller and I get almost a woven effect. If I do garter and I do this, use the needle that the yarn suggests, then I always end up with something that feels sloppy. That's probably just me, but that's just the way I feel about it. Okay, anyway, back to this one. These are Symphony Knit Pro Symphony. These are 5mm. I started with a 4mm at the bottom, and it's a 16-inch 40cm cable. I started with a 4. The pattern says that for the larger sizes you have to increase 1, but it doesn't specify where to increase, so I didn't know. Maybe I just didn't read it properly because I was reading it from my phone. Either way, I decided to just up a needle size. Okay, so that will be whip number 2. And this is whip number 3. And this whip started because I couldn't use the alpaca anymore. I was actually I just started out with this sweater, which is the flax sweater. I mean, everybody knows what about that. Tin Can Knits flax sweater. Anyone who's a beginner, garment knitter or sweater knitter should really go get that pattern. It's free on Ravelry. I'll put the link down below. I started out with the Alex sweater, but the Alex sweater is like a boat neck. It's very wide. This one is a crow neck, cow neck. I don't know. It's closer. There are no short rows involved, anything like that. Only your very basic increases for the raglan. It's top down. You can fit it as you go. So it's a very easy pattern, and I was looking for a no-brainer, which is what I got. I also bought these because you start this pattern out with 90 stitches. And that I have to tell you, I'm struggling with that. The cables I have are the exact lengths, but the needle tips are too long, and then it's such an effort to actually get 90 stitches on it and knit in the round with it. The other problem is that everyone tells me, why don't you just do magic loop? Because I don't like magic loop. I really just don't. I use magic loop when I knit socks. That's the only time I will use magic loops, because I don't like DPNs. And if you go to the heel, like the heel flap and gusset, that's the way I do knit socks, if I knit socks. And if you go to the heel flap, then I can just knit on the back needle instead of having to worry about the DPN or whatever. It's as easy as that. I really just do prefer not having to use not having to use the magic loop thingy. So I started up with these for the cast on and the ribbing. This is like Knit Pro Basics, size 4mm, bamboo, and this works. And you can also use the 9-inch one, which is even shorter than this. And this is how far I am now. I switched to 4.5mm Chihaku bamboo, and I am on the raglan increases. I am using my own hand dyes as usual. This is one that was a bit of a floppy and I dyed over ages ago. Didn't know what I was going to do with it. And these are the other colors that I also had leftovers from a while ago. Sorry, it looks terrible. The name was Bulan Sanoiki. You can see there's a bit of purple in there. And okay, I think that's it for whips. Okay, hand spans. So if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen I decided to do a weekend project. That was 2 weekends ago. And this is how far I've come. I'm trying to work the sticker, but you can see it there. Okay. Because I want to use it as singles and not have to ply it. I don't usually spin thick. I spin thin because I ply it into fingering weight. So I spin lace and ply it into fingering weight. So this is a bit of a challenge, but I like my challenge. And I know which pattern I'm going to use now. It's actually a free pattern. I wanted to do a couple of different stuff. I was thinking of doing the, I actually bought that pattern. It's also a Caitlin Hunter, the crop tops, solder, something like that. Put the link down below if you're interested. And I am interested. I'm going to make that top. I'm just not sure if it's going to be now. Maybe it will still be now. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. I bought a truckload of patterns of late. And I really do have to stop buying patterns. I'm at a point though where it feels if I can use this, there's a free Ravelry pattern called Moth. Again, I'll put the link down below, that I'm thinking about with this. And then I've got that cowl that I made and I gifted it to somebody, the cowl with the sheep piece in it. I think it's alpaca, a cowl for Rhinebeck, something like that. And I also purchased the hat that inspired that pattern. I'll put all of the links below for those patterns. Yes, I am knitting because we are going in the southern hemisphere. We are moving towards winter. I don't know why that happens. My camera is driving me nuts right now. Anyway. We are moving towards winter, and I think it's going to be a cold one. Our winters are not that long. We usually have a 3-month period that we really have winter, but those winters can be very cold, especially if it's wet and windy. Anyway, so handspands. I've got another one on the bobbin that I'm going to roll down today, which is another 100 gram, which means I've got 300 grams already. I think I need at least 400 or 500 grams to do what I want to do. But I won't really know until I start knitting with them, and I have to dye them up as well, and I haven't decided what color to use. And it's probably going to be playing it safe and just making it grey. That's bad. That's really bad. I mean, I'm not a playing it safe type person. But of late, I've come to the point of playing stuff safe when it comes to clothes. And I don't know why. I don't know why I've decided to go that route. Anyway, never mind. So the rest I'm just going to be just tell you about very quickly, because I'm running out of time now. If I'll put my shop link below. I did a shop update. These are some of the colors that are in there right now for sale. There's the other one, poppy one, and the ivy one. Not ivy, iris. Okay, so these are all colors, colorways that are available in my shop at this very moment. So please go check that out. Some of them are like this one. I've only got 2 bases and I don't have a lot of stock. I have 4 each that I have. 4 each per base. So I've got this thicker base, which is Aran weight. And in the same per colorway, I have 2-ply sock weight. That is both of them 100% merino. This one is just superwash, and the thicker one is non-superwash. I'll put the link down below for the shop. Please go check it out. If you're interested, let me know. I am thinking I'm going to ship yarn overseas as a gift to someone. My motivation behind that is to figure out the shipping fees. I've been thinking about Etsy for a while. I've been on Etsy, but I can't figure out what to charge for my yarn to cover my shipping costs. So I want to charge for the yarn and have my price include shipping, because it's too difficult to sell yarn, say overseas, with our shipping costs, because it will seem to my customer as if they're paying like $10 for a skein of yarn, and it's going to cost them $25 at the end of the day just to get it there. So I'm going to figure out what my shipping costs will be, get quotes from different places, and see how that works. And if it works well, it works well. If it doesn't, it doesn't, you know. But we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I am going to love you and leave you. If you see glitches somewhere in between this video, I'm so sorry about that. I still can't figure out how to edit the stuff. I keep like trying to remove a block, and then I remove the entire freaking thing instead of just removing that little block. And also, I don't really have editing software. I only have my phone, and my phone software isn't really sufficient to edit anything properly. So if there's like a point in the middle of this video where things like stop, I'm so sorry about that. Again, nothing really I can do about it. I can, if I can figure it out. I haven't yet. Anyway, there's nothing else I can share really. Oh wait, just quickly before I leave. The next workshop will be this coming weekend. That's the 3-day workshop where you learn to spin on a drop spindle, which my husband made, and spin on a drop spindle. You learn to dye yarn with natural dyes, and then the 3rd day is we make something with what we just spun up and dyed. It does consist of some theory and then practical, and then you also get a written instructions to take home with you, and it's fun. We still have 3 spots open, but that's for South Africans only. Sorry. It's going to be quite a far trip to get here. Yeah, that's it. Okay, we'll talk to you again. Not we. Me. I'm just a me. I don't have anyone else podcasting with me, which is really sad, by the way. And I'm blabbering and I'm over 30 minutes. Okay, guys. I'm gonna love you and leave you. Just one extra note. I'm gonna add a podcast link down below, and it's an interesting lady. She's called The Drunk Knitter, and I was really inspired by not this podcast, the one before that, 2 steps down, when she talked about just being yourself. And I've been thinking about my podcasting, and I look at other podcasts and I see everybody's like professional and they've got their makeup on and everything is perfect, and I realized it's not me. It's just not me. So this is what you're gonna get. Although I'm gonna have a painting there, and I'm gonna have a box of yarn on this side next time. Okay guys, talk to you again. Bye.